A very good new year and a good afternoon from Blackpool Pleasure Beach once again. It's been a while since I've uploaded, hasn't it? Obviously the last update was just before Christmas Day, and I haven't really done anything since then. Obviously I put a vlog up from the Tinseltown Fun Fair at the Trafford Centre, and also the on-ride POV from that spinning coaster, but I haven't done anything else since then. Obviously I've been chilling because it's been Christmas and New Year at home with the parents and some time with the girlfriend. But it's a new year, it's a new time to start doing videos once again and to get back into the swing of things. But yeah, as you can see, obviously back here at the Pleasure Beach once again for a New Year's first update. So yeah, today's weather, it's wet, it's windy. I don't know if you'll hear me at times, but yeah, we'll see what we can see and we'll crack on with the first video and the first update of 2023. Right, so the first thing I will be showing you today is the flying machines. I'm not too sure if you can see it clearly on your screens, but there is two people working on the structure of the flying machines. Obviously you've got all that scaffolding in the centre, going up the centre pole that the rides come off, and yeah, you can just see two men walking around checking all the wires, checking all the structure, see if it is safe and intact and ready for another year of spinning around again. But yeah, I don't work in the park, I don't actually know the full terminologies of what they're checking. Obviously it's just all the screws, the brackets, see if them main arms, obviously they've each got their own arm for the swings, haven't they? So obviously checking if they're alright as well. But yeah, it's good to see the flying machines. Obviously the oldest ride in the park, still getting the love and attention that it deserves. And also full respect to them type of people who are working in the park on days like today when it is wet, it's windy, it's not the ideal weather to be outside in these cold temperatures. But yeah, flying machines getting the love that it needs. I'm definitely battling the elements today. I'm literally standing in every sheltered bit I can find just so you can actually hear me speaking, which is, I'm guessing, a disappointment to some people. But yeah, obviously I do talk, I don't have the best voice for presenting stuff, but just have to make do with it, I'm afraid. Sorry about that. But as you can see, the big one again in front of us, no changes have happened, and there probably won't be changing anytime soon until the new track comes on site. Obviously I would imagine it's still being made at the Tasika factory, probably ready to get into the painting stage before being shipped up here. Obviously there's no rush, it is only the 4th of January at the time of filming. Obviously the park opened on the 18th of March, so there's plenty of time yet for the track to be finished off, painted and shipped up here ready for installation. But obviously you got the scaffolding there on the main dip that they are doing from dip 4 on that drop by Infusion. And obviously I pointed out in the last update when it was titled Icy Adventures, obviously I was skidding and sliding all over the place, that we had this tower of scaffolding here. Again, I'm not too sure, I can't see any changes on it. I can't see them changing a small bit of the rail for the track or any support structure there. So maybe this is going to be a section in the following winter, so the end of this year, 2023-2024, that they might consider changing, because I can't see any other reason as to why they've put this one tower of scaffolding up on that little bit of track there. Maybe it just needs a little bit of TLC to get it through this season before a major overhaul at the end of the year. But yeah, you got that tower up there, obviously you've got the main section that they're retracking over here. I'm not going to head down towards the boulevard, I'm going to skip a bit and go through the tunnel, try and stay out of the wind and out of the rain, and show you what else I can see from inside the tunnel and around the back of the park, because obviously they have started knocking down that wall by Nickelodeon Street on Bond Street that I pointed out in the last video when they had that Harris fencing up. So yeah, we'll head through the tunnel and I'll show you the park from Bond Street side, whilst battling the lovely Blackpool weather of wind and rain. Right, so I made it through the tunnel onto Bond Street now, which runs around the back of the Pleasure Beach. There was nothing new to report from in there, so there's no point showing what you've already seen before. Obviously the Grand Prix car shows are still in there. Infusion's Lake is now obviously unfrozen because we had it all frozen over in the last update. But just worth pointing out, on the top of the lift on the first turn of Nickelodeon Street, there's some scaffolding just in the structure there. I'm guessing they're just checking the wood, checking all the brackets and bolts to make sure they're all nice and secure, because I can't actually see any wood replacement or anything actually happening there at the minute. It's just the scaffolding's there, so as I say, probably just checking all safety aspects of that structure. There's nothing else to report on from what I can see of this end of National, because obviously last year they had lots of tracking work happening, and at this minute on Street there's nothing else to report on. But yeah, I'll head down towards my left and show you the work happening with the new wall. Right, so here it is done. Obviously in the last video I showed that Harris fencing was still there and the wall was intact, but obviously since then the whole wall has been taken down. It's the wall, should have been in the Chinese puzzle maze, that final by the turnstile, which you can just see there. It's just that brick wall there. Maybe it was in need of some major repair, which obviously they are doing now. Obviously I'm not going to get any closer than this because that man is working. I don't want to film him, invade his privacy whilst he's doing the job that Pleasure Beach have subtracted him to do. He works for Keystone, so obviously that's probably a bricklaying company. You can see all the pallets of bricks and the cement just in them green bags. But yeah, it's good to see the work happening on rebuilding the wall here at Pleasure Beach. So yeah, as I say, that's just the final pathway before the exit of the maze, before going under Nickelodeon Street. So yeah, we'll keep checking back on this every so often to see the progress of how this new wall will be. I would imagine it'll still look the same as the old wall, as you can see there. It's just going to be obviously maybe a different design in the centre, and obviously a lot more shiny with it being brand new brickwork. But yeah, good to see the park spending the money on the infrastructure and the safety of the park. Right, so there's nothing really else to report on from today's walk around the park, so I'm going to wrap up this video. Obviously, the only visible changes there was today was that wall being took down, and that man starting to rebuild it, ready for the start of this year. Obviously, we've still got the work happening on the front of the entrance, on the front of the casino building just there. That is subtracted to a company called Northern Neon, who I do know very well. But yeah, as for anything else, big one still got his track missing. Obviously the scaffolding is still there, Grand Prix shells still there. In the car park there was nothing else new to report on. Big ones, shells and rev shells were there still, the train chassis were still there. But as for anything new, nothing to report on. The golf, obviously that's now done for the year. All the Christmas trees have left. The illuminations in Blackpool have now done for another year. They'll be back on, I think it's September this year sometime. But yeah, the rain's about to come down again, so I'm going to wrap up this video now. Hope you've enjoyed it. Sorry I've been away for a few weeks, but hopefully now I'll get back into the swing of things, bringing you new content and new updates every few days. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you all in the next video. So yeah, thank you and goodbye.
Experience vertical wave.